Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Ceco. This is their part number EO-SF6. This is an existing opening anchor. This is very commonly called a butterfly anchor. If anyone uses the term butterfly anchor, this is what they mean. A butterfly anchor is not unique in the fact that it's for an existing opening. What makes it a unique derivative of an existing opening anchor is the fact that you will bend this to suit your jam depth. Hence the phrase butterfly anchor, because I can bend that down, I can take those wings, I can open them up to get different jam depths. The EO/SF6 is going to be from 4 3/4 to 6 3/4 jam depths. If you get beyond that, up to 8 3/4, you'd want the EO/SF8. That's what this is for. So, well, let's take a couple of basic dimensional properties and we'll talk about it. The way that it comes from the factory is basically, 6.5 inch. For 5 3/4, I'm going to need to bend that down. It's going to have these tabs, and I'll show you what the concept is with those. The existing opening anchor is going to run through this way, is what it's going to look like. They're popular because they're inexpensive. Let's talk about why you would use this. Let's do that now. An existing opening anchor is used, whether it be a butterfly anchor or it be something really similar to it. They're used exclusively for anchoring a frame into an existing opening and preventing the unintentional crushing of the frame down, crushing it in as you tighten the bolt. This, when it's placed properly in the frame, will prevent the crushing of the item down. What happens is, and I have here, this would be a spat, a stainless steel spat is what this is, but it'll work. So what you do, you'll notice that it has an unusual shape to it. It has a couple of returns here. It's asymmetrical. It doesn't really, there's only one way for this to go in. So the bottom line is, from the flanges out this way, you can see it projects. Well, this is the part that goes in the back of the stop so that it's going to look like this. And voila, that's exactly what this is going to look like. Okay, so what you'll end up doing is piercing the frame either with like a Whitney punch, a Roper Whitney punch, or a Dake press. With a die set in it. You'll dimple that, you'll pierce and dimple that, and then you'll place this into the back of the frame just like this. You're going to want to spread the anchor out so that it hits the sides, and you weld on these flanges right to the back side of the frame. You don't want to weld too much because you don't want to have to go back there and treat this if you've penetrated too deeply with the heat, but that's exactly what this is used for. So this being a spat isn't a perfect example of what this would be, but the point of the matter is, with this stiffener in here, from the other side when you enter the bolt, the concept is that this welded stiffener is going to prevent you from crushing the frame in. If I took that frame and tried to crush it in, that's the whole point of the butterfly anchor. Not my favorite, only because they're a bit wimpy compared to what I'm more accustomed to, which would be a pipe anchor. I would know it as a much thicker piece of pipe here, and then a welded strap on the back that would be placed kind of like a T underneath here and then go all the way down. But when it comes to Ceco, this is their standard existing opening anchor, and you're going to see them all the time. This is what you're going to get when you specify an existing opening anchor. Weighs about 0.15 pound each. It's going to be made of steel. Okay, it's in a galvanized finish, naturally, is what you would want. This is going to be for a typical 3/8 bolt. Let's switch to the screen view and let's take a closer look at some supporting information. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. Okay, so here are some images that we have of the anchor. This is what you would see if you looked in the back of the throat of the frame. I'm not sure how they make these. Probably a lot of stamping, a little bit of bending. It's probably just it's probably just made from a flat piece of metal that they've stamped and then bent. to a particular shape a couple of times, it looks like. I would think that this sort of pressing that you see here is like car manufacturing in terms of the panels. They'll put this sort of profile and it gives rigidity to the item, makes it stiffer, stronger, right here. Now, in our website, when you're looking at this item, you're going to see right above the item a link to the manufacturer's page. And Ceco may or may not have this in their technical manual. Let's take a look. 2016 technical manual. And this is an EO-SF6. Let's see if it's in here as EO-SF6. I'm just doing a search on my keyboard, and it doesn't come up. Door frame anchors on page F13. Well, they're showing an existing opening anchor here. It's not drawn very accurately, or based on what we're expecting it to look like, but nonetheless, there it is, SF6. And sometimes when it comes to piece parts like this, you're better off actually just looking in the manufacturer's price list if you can. We are clearly in the drywall section. Let's get into some masonry. Yeah, that's all they show. Let's actually take a look at the Curry's catalog. Curry's being a sister company to Ceco. Their technical manual I like a little bit more. Technical manual section. Let's see. Anchor. Yeah. So I had mentioned earlier a pipe anchor. This is what I would call a pipe anchor. At least that's what it's what they call it. Pipe spacer anchor. Back in the old days, when it was Kiwani, we'd just call it a pipe anchor. I like these because they are absolutely more rigid. There's no doubt. They also cost a lot more money. You'd weld it down here, you'd weld it here and grind that flat, and you really have a substantially rigid existing opening anchor back there. This is a derivative of it as well. I've seen these less expensive existing opening anchors, a flat plate that's got a bent piece of aluminum on it, a bent piece of steel. They pierce it and then bend it like that. So these are all certainly legitimate existing opening anchors. And for the fun of it, let's do a internet search for butterfly anchor, and we'll do images. I don't expect a lot of success because it's an industry. Well, let's type in frame. Hollow metal. Yeah, even then. Yeah, okay, there you go. Right here. That's what we're looking at. Butterfly anchors. Flathead sleeve anchors would go with that as well. Very typically. HMF Express is a manufacturer that we deal with when it comes to the need for quick ship hollow metal material. Existing opening masonry anchor, or EMA butterfly anchor, twists into the throat of the frame to assist in locating and installing bolts or anchoring frames. The butterfly shape can be welded or manually pressed into the throat of the frame. It is true, there are times when I see this only slipped in, bent and then slipped in, and not tack welded. I've also seen those fall out of the openings in the truck when they're being delivered. So dropping a little tack weld on there would certainly be advantageous. All right, now let's do one more search. Back to the Ceco page, and then I'm going to open up a document that you won't be able to, which is the price list. And we're going to take a look at what this is. This is, I happen to know it's on the 109th page of the document. And here is a section from the price book showing the different door and frame parts that they call. Floor anchors, wire anchors, T-anchors, welded T-anchors, or yoke and strap anchors, metal stud anchors, wood stud anchors, combination adjustable style, floor anchors, compression anchors, butterfly anchors, reinforcements. All of these are reinforcement sleeves, spreader bars, end channel, and oh yeah, sure. If you're cutting a door down, you're going to want some U-channel to weld back into the door. Floor anchors, existing opening anchors, welded in metal stud anchors. I like welded in metal stud anchors. You can't lose them. They're welded into the throat for metal studs. They're great. Double egress. A welded in wood stud. Sill strap. I really am not sure what that is. It's obviously going to be something that you'll put down. How it's different than a wood stud anchor, I'm not really sure. A sill strap. Reinforcements. Strike, lock reinforcements, tabs, top and bottom caps to make the top and or the bottom of a door flush. That can also be caulked closed as well. Glazing bead, as you can see there. Filler plates are here. So, and touch-up paint. Ceco being a manufacturer of this material, yeah, they're gonna have all these piece parts available. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. In conclusion, if you have any questions on the EO-SF6 butterfly anchor from Ceco or any other Ceco product, please feel free to reach out to us. Their name is synonymous with the largest manufacturer of hollow metal doors and frames, probably in the, well, I can't say in the world, but I would probably say North America. They were in Illinois in the mid-20th century. They relocated to Tennessee at some point, and they are a comprehensive manufacturer. They have everything from your garden variety, 18-gauge honeycomb regent doors, all the way up to windstorm rated, tornado rated, extreme weather rated material, and bullet resistant material. They get into exotic material like fire rated Dutch doors. I've had them make for me. Obviously any type of borrowed light arrangement that you need to have made. The largest I've done may have been a 3-piece section that was on about a 40-foot radius for a hospital that came out in 3 sections. That was neat. If it's hollow metal, Ceco's got the bases covered, and they also have personnel behind the scenes that are experts. So I have spoken to their windstorm expert one-on-one. I have spoken to their armor shield or their ballistics door expert one-on-one. People that will happily give you a proper education as to what it is as a distributor you need to find out so that you can proceed with the job accordingly. Stainless steel, I've had them quote STC rated. I've done STC rated material. So if it's a hollow metal door and frame, Ceco's got the bases covered. Okay, any questions on this or any other Ceco product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.